Hausemaster created a test server to test the 1.13 upgrade viability for 2B2T. The first stage was to start on a fresh 1.12 world with identical settings to the main server, and was only going to last about 1 to 2 days. So here I am spawning in naked on the 2B2T test server. Being a somewhat known player on 2B2T, my first plan of action was to get as far away as possible and not have to worry about someone stumbling upon me while I gather supplies. Though someone starts following me immediately, I was able to quickly get away from them and escape spawn. Heading out a little ways, I collect some wood and kill a few animals along the way for food. I was then lucky enough to stumble upon a horse. Though I didn't have a saddle, I used my entity control hacks to ride them along until I was able to find a saddle that I could control them better. Every chance that I got, I would raid dungeons for their loot. I even found an enchanted golden apple in one. Once when I was about 2,000 out, I started mining. I activated my X-ray hacks to see coal, iron, and diamonds, and started gathering. After gathering enough materials that I had a full set of diamond armor and tools, and almost a stack of iron, I decided to explore further out. At one point I found an exposed lava lake. I used my bucket of water to make it into obsidian to mine. I gathered up the 4 pieces of obsidian, combined with a diamond and a book, and made an enchanting table. Though I only had an enchanting table and no bookcases to increase the enchanting options, I enchanted my gear as best as I could. Time to hit the road and see what we can find. After traveling for a while, I stumble upon a village. After promptly rescuing the villagers, I make a quick home for myself. I do some more mining for resources. I also get to kill an Enderman for his pearl that I can use later to make an ender chest. While gathering more resources, we start getting these mass disconnects. Someone was doing an exploit to lag the server and it was kicking players off. Unfortunately, one time, while I was in the water, I got disconnected, and the next time I logged in, I was dead. Luckily, I respawned right in my bed that was close by, and I was able to gather my resources up that I had dropped. I finally decide it's time to go into the Nether. I gather up some more obsidian and make my Nether Portal. After stepping into the Nether, I don't know which way to go, so I just head in a direction. Luckily, I ended up right where I wanted to be at a Nether fortress. I quickly got to work raiding chests, gathering soul sand, glowstone, and harvesting nether wart. I killed several wither skeletons, hoping to get the wither skulls. I ended up only getting one skull though. Mainly though, I was here for blaze rods, which I needed to ultimately make my ender chest. After getting everything I needed, I headed back through my portal to my base. I plant some of the nether wart and finally make my ender chest. Luckily, I had found that silk touch book in a dungeon and I added to my diamond pick. I noticed in chat that someone had posted the course to the ender portal, and I thought about heading to the end to get an elytra. So I pack up my items and start heading out. Unfortunately, while I was exploring an underwater dungeon, another lag disconnect happened and I drowned when I finally reconnected. And I spawned all the way back at my bed over 4,000 blocks away. So I started to make my way back to my gear. Now, I didn't record the journey back to my gear, but just to let you know that I did die another time due to the disconnects. Luckily this time I was setting beds along the journey so I wouldn't have to make another 4,000 block journey. After obtaining all my gear, I continued my journey. Along the way I was told that the end portal was being camped by players and going through would probably mean my immediate death. I decided to change course and head to spawn and see about killing players there. Once I got to spawn, I started on my killing spree. I happened upon Bubba J and Emon down at spawn. Eventually, fellow 2B2T YouTuber SalC1 showed up. And after killing a couple more people, I decided to call it quits for the night. That way I could pick it up back in the morning. The next morning, I logged back in, still fully geared and riding my diamond armored horse. I promptly got back to work killing players around spawn. I eventually reached peak human condition after obtaining my 100th player kill. Really wasn't all that impressive since they were all nakeds and bots around spawn. Right after my 100th player kill, a geared player named Victinson started attacking me. I could see that his gear was better enchanted than mine. He made quick work of my horse and we started PvPing. After a quick fight, he bested me. Since he was cool after killing me, I messaged him in chat and see if he wanted all my gear in my ender chest, and he said sure. So I gave him my cords and he brought me the ender chest. I proceeded to drop everything out of my ender chest for him and told him to enjoy, and then I logged out. Temporary 2B2T servers are the best. It gives you an opportunity to interact with players you don't usually get to, possibly make friends that carry over back into 2B2T or some other Minecraft server. Though this 2B2T server will probably be no more by the time this video comes out, I did have a good time nonetheless. With that, I'm BarrenDome, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.